thank all of you so much for coming out today. We'll try and make this short and sweet so you can enjoy the beautiful day, get back to the Vikings game, and also enjoy the props and the demonstrations we have for you today. With that, I'd like to introduce Maplewood Mayor Nora Slavic.
Thanks, Steve. That was short and sweet. So right up here. I remember being here, and some of you may have been here. Do you remember when there were fire trucks over in this lot and it was muddy? And Alice Hausman, is Alice here? I think she's coming. And they put Alice Hausman up in a cherry picker. And she's the chair of the bonding committee, so to get money for this. And so it's wonderful to think of those days when Alice Hausman was up in the cherry picker to now look at this wonderful facility. And so we really want to thank all of you for joining us today. And on behalf of the Maplewood City Council, we're very proud today to have you here for this grand opening of the East Metro Public Training Facility. As most of you know, this has been a long time coming. I was actually a legislator back when watching Alice Hausman in the cherry picker representing Maplewood and Oakdale when our two local fire chiefs, Steve Lucan and Jeff Anderson, we have Scott Ludick from North St. Paul, started talking to us about the vision for this facility. So first of all, let's give the three chiefs a hand, all right? Thank you guys for your leadership. Briefly, I just want to recognize our council very quickly: Kathy Juneman, Marilee Abrams, Brian Smith, Tu Zhang, and former Mayor Rosbach is here. We want to thank him, and our city manager Melinda Coleman and staff. Give them a hand. Bill looks the other way behind him. He had a big part of this. You know, getting from those early stages to where we are today is a testament to the tireless dedication of many of you who are here today, including local elected officials, state legislators, and staff members from multiple cities, the county, and the state. You know, the initial challenge was a recognition that public safety agencies across the East Metro didn't have a reliable space to efficiently train. With this reality in mind, a plan involving multiple jurisdictions to open and operate the East Metro Public Training Facility began to solidify. The goal was simple: to create a facility that would allow emergency responders to work on defensive tactics, participate in live burn training, and I hope you see the schedule that we're going to have demonstrations today, engage in live firearms training, hone hazardous materials and spill response skills, practice search and rescue procedures, and take part in other specialized training. Another source of pride here at this place is a joint venture that's been dubbed the Marshlands, and that's kind of back over here, right, Steve? The Marshlands has been seamlessly incorporated here at the site and includes several improvements, including soil remediation, wetland enhancements, trail construction, and joint use educational facilities. As you can tell, this impressive facility will allow our local emergency responders, the men and women who keep us safe every day, to become even better prepared. So thank you for being here, and thank you for your support of our wonderful new East Metro Public Safety Training Facility. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Next, I'd like to bring up Fire Chief Jeff Anderson, but before he does, I have to give him a special thanks. Back in 2009, I went over to Jeff's office one day and I sat down with him and I said, "So, we've got this chunk of property over here by MnDOT that Maplewood has. What do you think if we went out and built a training center up on this site?" And his first things out of his mouth was, we were sitting there, "Where in the hell are we going to get the money to do that?" And anyways, as you can see, we are here today, and I will let Jeff go on from there.
Thanks, Steve. Yeah, like Steve said, this started back in 2009. We had that little discussion. I guess that led to, in 2010 was our first attempt where we went down and talked to the legislature about trying to get included in the bonding bill. In 2010, we were not successful, so we kind of packed up all our information into a box, and if you're not aware, the bonding bills take place every other year, so we kind of packed stuff up and figured we'd be back in 2012. Which we did. We went to the legislature again in 2012 looking for some funding to get the facility started. That year, you may or may not recall, but the session ended in a government shutdown, and there wasn't a bonding bill at the time. I remember it was late in August, or early August, I think it was. I was out in Glacier Park on vacation with my wife, and the phone rang. and it was Steve, and he said two things. Did you hear the shutdown is over? And the second thing is the funding for the training site was included in the agreement that ended the government shutdown. So we were both very surprised, didn't even know that we were part of the discussion at the time, or the facility here was. So that was the first funding provided by the state. It was followed, joined with funding from Ramsey County and also the city of Maplewood. And anyway, the site got underway in 2014 or 2012. I think first construction started in 2013. In 2014, we went back to the legislature, tried to attempt to get some additional funding to expand some of the buildings and the props on the site. And we were, again, thanks to the help of a lot of local legislators here, which we're going to recognize in a little bit, we're successful in getting some additional bonding funds for this site. So further construction continued in 14 and 15. And got us to actually the final construction here, the asphalt pavement in front of you here, and the finishing touches on this building behind us were just finished this year, early summer this year, which gets us here today. So the site currently is operated under a joint powers agreement, and it's open to any fire departments that would want to join. There's really three different ways you can use this site now. You can become a joint powers a member, and right now there are four of us. It's Maplewood, North St. Paul, Oakdale, and Lake Elmo. And so those four departments are members of the JPA, and the members from there, we have a board, which is actually the chiefs of those four departments at this point that operate the facility. The other ways to use the site are there's an hourly based agreement where a department can say, hey, we want to use the site 20 hours a year, and they'll pay a fee, reduced fee based on a number of hours they're using. And then the third way is just to rent the site on an hourly basis. So as I mentioned, there's the four of us, but in this past year, I just want to give you an idea of how many local departments are using the site. So Lake Johanna Fire Department is using it on the hourly based JPA, but the rental partners are Little Canada Fire Department, Century College, which is a huge user of the site, White Bear Lake, Stillwater Fire, Ramsey County Fire Chiefs, Woodbury Fire, 3M Chemelite, Lino Lakes Fire, Roseville Fire, Hugo Fire, and a private company called Performance Plus who does physical testing for firefighters. So as you can see, there's a wide variety of departments from across the East Metro that are already using the site, and we hope that that expands in years to come. So, thank you.
Thank you, Jeff. We'd like to do some recognitions at this time, so as we call your name, would you please come up? At this time, we'll call Mayor Norris Slavic back up, please.
Thank you. Okay. Okay, thank you. So we have a bunch of plaques which are really beautiful. So thank you all for that, for our for the support and the folks that have supported us. We want to call Bruce West up next. We weren't sure if the governor was going to be here today, but we have his designee, Bruce West, so it's our state fire marshal. So thank you, Bruce. We'll have a plaque for you.
Good morning, everyone. Bruce West, State Fire Marshal, on behalf of Governor Dayton and Commissioner Mona Doman. I'm honored to be here today. What a facility. The departments that are involved here, they've got a facility that they're going to be able to use for many years. And as you heard Chief Anderson say, departments from the surrounding area can come and use this on an hourly basis. I will tell you that departments across the state would love to have a training facility like this in their community, in their region, because take advantage of the tours today. You're going to see many different things between the kitchen fires, the car fire, but the mayor talked about the live demos or the live burns, and that's something that is so difficult today to get an abandoned home and actually do a live fire in communities across the state, and to have this type of facility to do that very key live training for the firefighters is invaluable. So, I'm honored to be here today. Take advantage of the tours, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Fire Marshal West. Next, we'd like to call up Senator Chuck Weigert. Chuck played an important part. He was one of those that sponsored the bonding bill in which Jeff and I first went for to receive our money. And he stuck with us through the whole time, and he's been a great support in our area as well as for everything that we do here at Public Safety. And again, this is a public safety facility to be used by all entities that are in it. And again, Senator Weigert.
Thank you, Chief Luke, and congratulations to the police chiefs, to the citizens of this area, and a special recognition to all of you that are firefighters, to you and your family. This is what it's all about. It's about public safety for you and the people you protect. Everyone, congratulations, mission accomplished. Godspeed to all of you.
Chuck, if you could grab your plaque. The most important part. Next, I'd like to call up Senator Susan Kent. Susan also played a major role in this by the support that she gave us and through the bonding in both the Senate. Both Senator Weigert and her did an excellent job.
Thank you. It is such a pleasure to be here on this day. It is just gorgeous out here, and it's great to see so many people from the community having a chance to really see firsthand the incredible work that is done by the people who do protect us and our neighbors and our families day in and day out. I was here the first time in the rain in 2012 when we had a groundbreaking. I was here on a chilly day in January for a bonding tour when we got to walk through that wonderful building and see how it's working. It's really nice to be here and see it in its form now and the amazing work that's being done here. And I just want to reflect for a moment, because people talk sometimes about the fact that government doesn't work well. This is absolutely a testament to what can happen when we do. When you think about the state partnership, the city and county partnerships, all these different levels of government and parts of the officials that take care of us working together, and I'm so proud to have been a part of it, and I'm really grateful for this recognition. Thank you.
Next, I have Senator Leroy Stumpf. I don't believe he is here, but one of the reasons he is actually a senator out in the western portion of our state, I believe. He was the chair of the Senate bonding bill, and he played such an intricate role in working with Chuck and Susan and that, and making sure that it got into the bonding bill and went forward. So we wanted to thank him, and we do have something for him. Next, I have House Representative Leon Lilly. Leon chaired and he ran this up the flagpole many times for us on the House side to the bonding bill. He played as a significant role as Senator Kent and Senator Weigert did. And we just wanted to make sure that we acknowledge his strong support that we had with us. If he takes more than 2 minutes, we will throw him off the stage. So we figured that could be the case, so we'll let him go. It's all yours.
Well, thank you. Congratulations. This is really a neat deal. When you've seen where it's come from the beginning, Senator Weigert and myself and others, and we really fought a good fight. Nora Slavic, when she was in the House, was really doing a great job with us too. You know, just this whole corridor is neat with this happening. You got Tubman going strong up there, and I remember just a funny story. We had a hard call. In the beginning, we got a veto, I think, didn't we? I think we even got a stinking veto from my hockey buddy, Valenti. He might have ate the boards a little bit of hockey one week because of that, but that's another story. But, you know, we got the first round of money, and I remember this goofball over here, Luke, and he starts going, you know, we need more money. And I go, so we got the first money, we got the people out here, and he's like, we want more money, there's no building here yet. And I'm like, how are you going to get more money? So we come out here, there's a tour. But he was amazing. These guys, him and Anderson just did a great job, and Chief Dudek and all the other partners. These things are really easy to sell for us as legislators when there's so many other partners, and I know somebody else mentioned that, but there was like all the other jurisdictions buying into this, the schools, the colleges, and all these other fire departments. And thank you for what you do, firefighters, for keeping us all safe. We really vital. You're so vital. I survived North St. Paul's Booyah last week, so I was a little worried. I saw there were some emergency people there, thank God. But No, really, thank you. Congratulations to especially these chiefs up here that really have been a great voice for our community and just made us all better and safer. Thank you.
Next, House Representative Peter Fisher. Peter was a strong support as well as this. He came in to his position as a little bit late in the game when he was elected, but he was a strong supporter and stayed with us well. Peter, thank you.
You're welcome, everyone. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for your support. I heard a little bit about this also from my son. My son is in the White Bear Lake Fire Department, and they were some of the first folks that came through here when it started opening up for training. They really appreciate the new facilities. Thank you all.
Next, we have House Representative Joanne Ward. Joanne played a significant role as being there, getting the support, walking the halls at the Capitol, making sure that we were able to get our dollars.
Good morning and thank you. I also am glad to be here in the sunshine with all of you. The crowds were a little less large when we were here before because the weather was terrible. So this is a great day to enjoy all of these opportunities, the whole schedule of things. I hope that you can stay and enjoy it. This is an example of so many people working together to make good things happen for the state of Minnesota. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Representative Alice Hausman. I don't believe Alice is here. She is the state rep in the St. Paul area. Alice was the chair of the House side of the bonding bill. And between Alice and Leroy, they played the strongest roles that we could have had as part of that. Is the bills were introduced, it goes to them, and they have to fight for us on our behalf. And so we had something for her today, and we'll see that she gets it. Next, we have Ramsey County Commissioner Victoria Reinhardt. I have to tell you, Victoria was able to get us some significant money here. As you might have remembered, for those of you who knew the area, this was used by MnDOT for quite some time. They used to take a lot of their old deer carcasses and that would be put out here, as well as other items. And so we needed some money to not only clean the site up, but to get it in the present position it was. Victoria did such a great job with the county, and she was able to get us $450,000 in environmental funding money from them to get this going, and for that we were so gracious.
Thank you very much. I do remember when Steve called me and told me what he was thinking about, and I said, you know, I think we have some funding. And then when I heard him get back up off the floor, we went ahead and really tried to make this a partnership, and that's really what this is about. I mean, you see all the people coming up here. It's all about partnerships. It wouldn't have been done but for each and every entity, each and every supporter that came out and really made this happen. And it's all about, as Senator Weigert said, it's all about public safety, and that's how come we were able to rally the support to make this happen. And I do want to do another special shout out. I know Mayor Slawick already did that, but to Mayor Will Rossbach. He is the one that really stood beside everyone and said, let's make this happen. In his very quiet, you know, just kind of unassuming way. So anyhow, I wanted to say thank you to him as well.
Next, we have MnDOT, the Metro District Engineer Scott McBride. Is Scott here? One of the things we needed to thank them, obviously we wouldn't be here. MnDOT, when we approached them and they were looked at for other items, and the city had been working with them earlier on, actually donated the property and the land that we're standing on. So not having to go out and make a purchase of property in order to build this was a huge savings. All those dollars we could turn around and put into the facility and into the props we had. So for them, we are so very thankful for theirs as well. We have a strong partnership who went with us along the way. They were down lobbying with us. They stood side by side with us, and that would be Century College. And without them down there with the educational side of it that they had to offer, it made it much easier for her to do that. Today we have with us Dean Mary Nienaber, and she is the Dean of Community Education. Mary?
Thank you. He gets 3 points for pronouncing Nienaber correctly. That was amazing. And I wanted to say that this should really be given to John Herrick. He's our program manager for our public safety and does hundreds of hours of training out here for fire departments all over
the area and even the state. And we're very proud to have him and very proud to be partners in this incredible multi-city, as you say, government works when we work together. So thank you very much. We're very proud to be a partner.
Thank you. Next, we just have Maplewood City Council and, Kathy Juneman, please come up, Council Member Kathy Juneman. They played an intricate role because every time I needed to get some help or assistance to do this, I had to first go through them, and there was never a less than a 5-all vote on each and every time we went to them. They played such a major role in making sure that we continued that. With Kathy, I thank you.
Well, I'll go back to the old days with Will. We remember the cold and the rain and all that good stuff too. And this is magnificent. And it does tell you what partnerships and stick-to-itiveness can do. And I do remember some people thinking this was crazy. And to those people, I think our firefighters will still come to your house and our medics will still come and save you. But it wasn't a silly idea, it was a wonderful idea. Thanks to everybody who helped put this together.
Well, his name's been mentioned a few times. We might as well call him up. Former Mayor Will Rosbeck. So just a quick story. We had, in order to get this going, we had to get it past the mayor at the time, and it happened to be Will. And we weren't sure it was going to fly until we decided to bring all our trucks over to his house, park them in his yard one day, and he decided to turn it around. So thank you.
Thank you. So I really appreciate the shout outs from various people and whatnot, but my job when I was mayor was exceptionally easy. We have and still have a tremendous staff in the city, and so when they bring forward ideas such as this one, where it's so obvious that it's good for everybody, there's such a large region affected by having this facility available. All I really had to do was get my pom-poms out and go cheerlead, and really didn't have any heavy lifting. And so I'm very appreciative of the Maplewood staff and all of the communities that have been involved with this. I did, when I saw the article in the review, and it only listed 4 fire departments, I kind of thought something went awry because there was a bigger list than that. And so I was very glad when the list was read of everyone who is actually participating. And so it's a great facility, and all the thanks really goes to Maplewood and Oakdale and all the other fire departments that have been involved and the staff of those communities. Thank you.
Next we have, in order to do this, we got the money, we have the land, but we had to have somebody design the buildings and decide what props we needed. So we, at that time, went into and we hired Short, Elliott, and Hendrickson to do that for us. And today we have their CFO, Sam Clausen, here today to accept theirs. Sam? I would also like to add that besides his role in this is that we had 2 other great folks as well. We had Ron Leaf, who was boots on the ground here. Ron handled our environmental and other items with us as well. And then we had Mark Lobermeyer, and Mark was the next one up, and Mark supported us and did well as too, so thank you.
I'd like to say congratulations to all the communities involved in the project. Congratulations to the chiefs, people that helped provide the leadership and the funding. And I'd like to say thank you on behalf of the SCH employees who worked on the project and for all of our employees that live in these various communities. We believe we have a core purpose as a company. That's building a better world for all of us. And this is a beautiful example of all the people involved working together to create something for the public safety and welfare. So thank you for allowing us to be involved.
So we had the company that designed it, and then we need to have the company that built it and put it up, and that was Terra General Contractors. And is anybody here from Terra? Ben, or Ben, come on up, please. Ben Newland was the part of that, as well as Mitch. They both did an excellent job in making sure that what was drawn was put together out here, and we thank them so much for that.
Well, thanks a lot. Thanks for the opportunity to help the city, both cities, and the community fire chiefs, SEH. It was a real great partnership and a great project, and we're excited to be a part of it. So thank you.
Thanks, Ben. Real quick, we just have some others that we need to thank here today. Did we miss any other legislators that were here today? I hope not, but if we did, thank you for your support and everything that you did as well. There was another group that really did quite a bit of work, and it was our design committee, and it was really made up of our firefighters, and it was put together by Deputy Chief Kevin Wolf, Chief of EMS for Maplewood, Mike Mondor, and then Deputy Chief Jason Mallinger from North St. Paul. Those guys played a very significant role in designing where the props go, what rooms they go in, and without their leadership in that, we probably wouldn't have got that accomplished. So guys, raise your hands. I have two of them up here now. Is Kevin out there someplace? He's in the back. Thank you. Thank you. We also want to thank for being here today North St. Paul Mayor Mike Keene. Mike, very good, thank you very much. And also North St. Paul Council Member Candy Peterson. Thank you for being here. Oakdale Mayor Stan Karwowski. We didn't see, is there anyone here from Lake Elmo City Council or their group? Again, we wanted to thank them for their support as well. I have to do this really quick because she signs my paycheck, but I want to say congratulations and thanks for all her help too to Melinda Coleman. Melinda played a supporting role, allowing me to take the time necessary and such to do that, and for that I wanted to thank her very much. The other one that played a role, we needed an engineer, and we needed that, so our Public Works Director, Michael Thompson, played a huge role in making sure that a lot of the other things got done right. He handled the paperwork when it regards to what had to go to funding to the state, and so for that, Michael Thompson played a huge role. But the guys that played a bigger role were Brian Nagel and Scott Schultz. Both of those are the crew chiefs, or the superintendents for both the water and the sewer and the streets departments. Today, they still do a great job out here doing things. When we needed some extra help, they stepped right up and did that, and we really thank them and the crews that we had. And we can't forget Oakdale either. We had Jeff Klusing from the Oakdale, and him and his crew come out here, they mow the yards, they help plow, and just do all the great things. And so without those two entities, it would be very difficult. I have to thank our finance director, Ellie Paulsett. She's the one who actually pays the bills. We bring in the money, she pays the bills and sends it through, and so it's really important that we thank her as well. Michael Foles, our IT person, with this classroom, without being able to use the smart board and bring in all the necessary IT stuff, we thank you for that. And then I have two police chiefs I have to thank. One is current Chief Paul Schnell. Paul's support on this and helping us pick up some other people and get some backdoor stuff in that we needed to do was outstanding. But then I also have to thank retired Police Chief Dave Tamala. Dave was there at the beginning with us and left, and Paul came in halfway. And Dave was the one who, Dave, you're here, I see, thank you. He was the one who started running through the chiefs a little early to get them involved in it with us as well and their support. So for all of them, I thank you very, very much. Could I have, really quickly, any of the kids that would like to come up here, come up here? Stand by us. Come on up. Come on up, come on up. All you guys, come on up here. We need you to stand up here. Luca, come on up here, everybody. Come on. You get on both sides. Both sides. Gotcha. All right. You want to come up? We got everybody? All right. It's been a long journey with its disappointments and rewards. The journey has ended here today with a fantastic public safety training center. On behalf of the public safety providers, we want to thank each and every one of you for attending and what you've done. We also want to thank everyone who was involved in making this great day off the East Metro Public Safety Training, and that's all of our firefighters we have here today. Those are the ones who you will meet here today. They are the ones who do the work. They are the ones that do it, and without them, we would have nothing. The chiefs would have no value for all practical purposes. And for that, I want to thank them from all departments, from all the metro area, and everything that they've done. And I want to really thank them for their hard work that they've done here today as well. Last but probably most important, the training center was built for two main purposes. First, to give our public personnel a place that will provide them with the training necessary to learn and practice the skills necessary when called upon to save the lives of someone's family. At the same time, that training center will provide our public safety personnel a place to train, learn the skills to keep themselves safe when performing their duties. So at the end of each and every day, they go home to what I have standing up here in front of me, whether it be their grandchildren, their children. That is what this is all about. This gives us the skills necessary to save them when we have to save them, and it also makes sure that every one of our firefighters goes home after every call. And for that, this is why, and all of you say hi. Say hi. Hi. This is why we're here. Thank you so very much. You guys can step down. Thanks. So the last thing we have here today, and Bruce reminded me and I forgot, but part of this too is our open house this week is Fire Prevention Week. Remember to set your clocks ahead, but also remember to check the batteries in your battery charger and also the date on the back of your battery charger, because they're good for a 10-year, and we need to be making sure they're getting replaced as well. With that, if we could have those that received an award come back up, please. I don't know. Let's have. Yeah, you know what? I should do something else too, because they took a lot of time, and that is that we need to thank Jeff's wife Kay and my wife Kath. There were a lot of hours above and beyond outside of this that we had to put in, and they took the heat for it. So I want to thank them for it as well. Thank you. Raise your hand, please. There you go. Yeah. Kay here. Oh, okay.